going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the RAD cast. I'm Andrew Dimmy. My friends call me Rogueleader.
In my head, I said Beyond the Schmo.
Yeah.
I'm Nicki Dimmy, and everybody calls me Dimmy.
Yeah, it's been correction because I think one of the episodes said, "Oh, it's been 2 years since the Snowdown was gone." It's only been gone a year.
It feels like
it feels, yeah,
it feels so far away.
Because I just posted to like all my stories, like because like TikTok has like on this day, whatever that one we did when we were preparing to face each other with the audio from Friends with
oh yeah,
Rachel and Joey. You know something?
Yeah.
It's like that was a year ago we posted that. I was like, damn.
It does seem like it was so much.
It does. It feels so long ago, but it's like, oh, it's only been almost a year now since it's been gone.
And
since you've been gone.
Nice.
If I could touch your body. I don't know.
Those are two different songs.
I know.
Okay.
I know because I'm making like a reference to like a Critical Role moment that Ashley Johnson did. Never mind. So welcome to this.
It's my life.
Making references to things that nobody else knows about but me.
God help us. I understood the reference because you showed me it one time, but I guarantee nobody else gets it.
I mean, a couple of people might. Any critties out there? Critters? Critties? We call them critties. You call them critties.
Yes.
What?
God. Already all over the place.
Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, that's the reason I brought that up, because it's like that was on today, this day. The story you can put that TikTok feature, which I'm actually liking, because then I can repost old videos, sort of, but not really.
Do any new likes count towards the original video? Or
no, it just counts for that post. But
dumb.
it keeps your
Engagement.
your account. Yeah, it gets you more engagement to your account, and your account stays active. And because I haven't posted a TikTok in like 3 weeks, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. That's
might as well fucking delete the app.
Criminal. I already have one in mind that I'm gonna do, but just no time. Who's got the time?
Who's got the time?
Who's got that?
No, last time I posted a TikTok?
Never. I'm telling you, you would. There's so many things that, like, because you can be like, well, I don't see many reactor people anymore. I think that's sailed.
I'm fucking over
the reactor
all
space.
reactor content. Why do I want to watch you watch something? Do I need your opinion to form my own? No. Oh my God. All these reactors on YouTube drive me fucking nuts.
Be careful, like half of our friends are reactors.
It's not my kind of content. It's not my kind of content. The way I look at it is like, this movie came out, this TV show came out, this whatever came out. I don't need to watch you watch it so that I can decide if I might like it. If I'll watch it myself. I mean, I understand having like discussions about the content of it later on.
Those are interesting watches, because like sometimes somebody will point something. I'm like, oh, I never thought about it that way. I didn't notice that. Yeah. Like, you know, Alex and Molly and like our friends at who is it? Scoundrels Inc. with Frankie and Smets are doing weekly recaps and stuff like that.
The Smasher. Hell yeah, brother.
Hell yeah, brother. But yeah, it's like things like that, like having a discussion about something is different than, hey, this is what I think about it.
Watch me watch this show.
Yeah.
No, I'd rather just watch it.
Yeah, and I've had comments and people say, you should react to the trailer. You should react to this episode. It's like, so you can spend an hour of me doing this. Oh.
Well, because I feel like most of the time, a true reaction video would be that.
Yeah.
Boring as hell. I'm just watching it like, wow. But whenever people do that, like a watch with me, watch along, I feel like the reactions are so much more played up.
Yeah. And it's just them talking over the thing the entire time anyways.
Yeah,
too.
and it's like if you're trying to entertain me by talking to me while you're watching it, you're not really fucking absorbing what's happening. You're not really watching it. I wonder if they like watch it to really get it and then they watch it to record them watching it.
I've seen people do just the first go around, and it's like you really didn't absorb the episode because you're talking over it a lot of the time. Yeah. I don't
know. It's just not my thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. Because I don't know. I don't want to say anything to piss anybody off, but it's just not my thing.
Yeah, I mean, at one point, like the reactor space was like huge, but
pandemic time.
Yeah, But I think now it's kind of like it's like, it's not your cup of tea, so we just stopped watching it because like there's a couple things that used to be religious about watching, and now it's like,
yeah,
not anymore. I got other things I got to do.
yeah. There have been definitely some YouTube channels that I'm like,
yeah, I think I'm overdue for a good like YouTube like
cleanse,
like a purge. Basically, it's like I don't watch that anymore.
Yeah.
It's for like socials and like mostly TikToks and YouTube, because like I like the past week or two I'm like I don't enjoy this person's content anymore, so I unfollow them.
I feel that way more so about YouTube than I do TikTok. I feel like TikTok, the algorithm is so much more all over the place. And it's also just, it's quicker.
Yeah.
It's quicker. You can just bam, bam, bam. But like on YouTube, I go to my page and I see all these thumbnails laid out. And there are or have been a couple of channels where all I do is see the thumbnail and I'm like, already annoyed. And that's how I know time to unsubscribe. Oh my God. Everybody does the same fucking faces in their thumbnails.
Some more than others.
Oh my God. I'm so tired of the big open mouth, wide-eyed surprise look on everybody's thumbnail. It's everywhere. It's ubiquitous. It's pervasive.
Ooh,
whatever words you want to use.
Big word. I'm going to take that as disrespect because I don't.
I think that's a good word. I like
that is a big word.
Ubiquitous.
Ubiquitous. That sounds fancy.
Thank you.
I don't know.
There was another U word I was just trying to think of. Was that the what?
Ubiquitous. That's the only.
I feel like there was another U word I was trying to think of.
I met the cap for big words today.
I'm going to take that as disrespect, actually.
Throwing a lot of big words at me.
Yeah, though.
Girl, you know I don't read.
When was the last time I read a goddamn book? But yeah, no.
The last book I literally picked up is sitting right there.
Did you finish it?
I got halfway through.
No, because you switched to the audio.
I switched to the audio, but because Ken did his own audio, I'm like, well, I want to hear Ken in my ears and read his book to me.
Ken Knapsack's voice is just like,
and it is a
velvety blanket.
It is a great book. I'm waiting for him to, because like there's a lot of content that came out since Star Wars content, I should say, since that book came out, and he's got to add to it.
He has to make a sequel book called Why Else Do We Love Star Wars?
Why Else Do We Love Star Wars? Kenny Boy. There's your, we get royalties. Kenny Boy. Why else
do I love Star Wars?
Oh, it's a fantastic book. It's like you might not agree with his ranking, but I did agree with a lot of it. But there's certain things like, oh, I'll put that lower on the list. But yeah, it's a great book. But that's the last book I picked up. That was that was 3+ years ago. When did that book come out?
The last like physical paper book that I read, couldn't even tell you.
Yeah.
I've read sometimes I read books on my phone.
Issue a Kindle.
It's not the same. It's not. Sometimes I like turning a page, but then there's also the problem of if I buy a book and then I read it, the fuck am I supposed to do with it afterward?
Put it on the shelf.
Not a lot of.
Give it to somebody. Always if you're gonna let somebody read your book, always give it to them. Don't ever let them lend. Don't lend books. It's bad luck.
Mr. Superstition over here. Yeah. I say that like I'm not also.
You want to know where I picked that superstition up from Battlestar Galactica. Of all things.
News to me. Wow, I didn't realize.
But yes, do not ever loan books, gift books, because that's bad luck.
I got a couple books I don't want anymore. Give them to somebody. Donating them. Same, because I'm giving it.
Yeah, you're giving it away. Yeah. Don't ever lend books. Yeah.
We do need to make a trip to a donation bin one of these days on that note.
Yes.
But yeah, no. I've always wanted to, like you said, I've always wanted to have like a lazy Sunday where we just fucking lie in a hammock and read a book. Mm-hmm. Haven't done that
Little
yet.
one needs to be a little bit older.
Well, she's not ready to read a book.
She's not ready to read.
She reads words.
Yeah.
Words here and there. She can read sentences as long as they're comprised of the words she knows how to read. But we're getting there. We're working towards it.
Mm-hmm. She's only
5.
Only 5.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Anyways, what I'm really trying to say is YouTube thumbnails drive me up the fucking wall. Because
it's all the same, because it's the whole like everybody's trying to do the same thing of like catching attention, and there's a whole science behind thumbnails. I get it. That's the other thing that I don't understand that happens in a lot of YouTube thumbnails, mostly on bigger channels, but it also happens on like movie posters. What is the deal? Jerry Seinfeld. What's the deal with when they take somebody's head and it's clearly photoshopped onto a different body, but they try to pass it off like it's their fucking body? You know what I mean? They do it on a lot of movie posters.
And I see people doing it on YouTube thumbnails to where I'm like, this, it just some tiny thing about it just looks so unnatural that it can only be Photoshop.
It's because they're enlarging their head again for eye catching. There's like I said, there's a whole science behind where your eye goes and thumbnails and catching your attention the first 3 seconds and you see it. So that's probably what they're doing. They're enlarging their heads. You're like, what's up with that?
What's that about?
What's that about?
But it's just funny that a lot of YouTube thumbnails have the opposite effect on me, that I will see them and I will just automatically click it and go, not interested.
Hard.
Get the shit off my feed. I don't want to see that fucking face anymore.
Yeah, I like I said, I'm very past you a big YouTube purge because like I look at my subscribed list and it's like it's so long that I have to scroll on my wheel like 5 times to get to the very bottom.
Yeah, you do have a long list of
So
subscriptions.
I need to go in there and unsubscribe to a couple of people that I just don't watch anymore.
Not me. I keep it high and tight. I have a very small list.
There's certain people that I'm subscribed to because like I'll go to them if for like latest things in like camera gear, like DSLR video shooter. I follow him for like, hey, you have an idea for this build or whatever. Film Ride I've been subscribed to for since they started. And I always watch their shit. Like there's gaming channels that I don't watch anymore. But then there are other ones where like I'm subscribed to just because I want to support my friends. Like Star Wars Explained. I've been subscribed to them for years. But like other people that we've met through this mode, I'm like, I want to support you. I'm gonna give you a subscribe. And if I don't hit the unsubscribe button. I'm like, oh no, we're no longer friends.
I'm such a bad person.
Yeah, you know what I mean. But there's other ones where it's like I don't remember the last time I landed on your page.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, no, you have a much lengthier list.
Yeah.
My list is mostly who does the most silly things that make me laugh.
Yeah, but it's because like I'll go into the thing that I immediately find myself going like, nah, I'm not watching you. I'm going to immediately to Critical Role. That's all I'm doing now. It's because I'm catching up on their stuff. But I gotta go through. I'm like, if I haven't gone on your YouTube channel for at least a year, you're probably getting booted. Probably getting booted from the algorithm.
There is one subscription that I need to unsubscribe. You know who I'm
talking
about.
Is that who I think it is?
You know who I'm talking about.
Ooh.
Hell yeah, brother! You know who I'm talking about. You don't do that with our thumbnails, do you? You do.
No, I do genuine for this show.
Yes.
I capture genuine moments.
You do what I think is a better way to handle thumbnails is taking like a screenshot from this.
Yeah.
Not like posing in front of a camera with a dumbass
we
face.
used to try to do that. I remember I tried to do that for a minute. And I was like, I don't. It looks so like.
It looks so forced.
Imposed.
Wow.
And it's probably not good for getting the attention to this channel. But it's like I don't want to. I've never been trying to do it with this channel, and especially when I was in movie reviews. I tried not to cater to that type of way of doing things. I always try to do things my way. It was probably why we didn't grow our channel for the longest time.
Well, you won't. You're not giving in to the man.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, but I think a lot of podcasters do that too. They'll just take a screenshot of a funny moment or a genuine moment and just use that in the thumbnail, and they just recycle because it's like a weekly thing you got to do.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Annoys the piss out of me.
Whoa. Oh.
It's everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's a formula to.
But what is that word I was trying to think of before?
Have you been sitting there the entire time trying to think of?
It's like a background process that's been rubbing in the back of my brain this whole time. I'll think of it later. I'm gonna wake up in a cold sweat in the middle of the night tonight and be like, yeah,
Andrew, turn the camera on.
I thought of it.
Turn the camera on.
I have to tell the people. Like,
tweet it
they
out.
gotta know. Tell them.
Yeah. Speaking of the reactor
there.
space, we've been seeing a lot of people reacting to. I don't want to do this, but I also because like a lot of my feed for the past however long it's been, over 100 days now, the strikes going on. It's like I do want to support the strikes, but it's like how much of what I'm not doing is gonna help influence that, whatever. Because like if you want to like not make content and not bring attention to the studio stuff, go ahead and do you. But like I don't know, we get so little attention on this channel. I don't think our stuff is gonna matter. But like spoiler alert, this last episode of Ahsoka.
Spoiler alert!
Holy shit!
Careful.
I'm not gonna spoil anything.
Okay, careful.
But like, damn, like, Holy shit, that was such an episode.
Oh yeah, okay. Now I'm with you. It took me a second to remember what you're talking about, but yeah, some shit went down.
Oh,
seeing some shit that I know that people have been wanting to see for quite some time.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah, pretty exciting.
Oh my god, you see, and it's like another thing of like spoilers, especially with certain people. It's like, yeah, don't spoil the episode. Then a day later, it's a shot of them reacting to a big point in the episode. It's like, dude, spoilers.
The best on Twitter is when people they want to tweet a spoiler about something.
Yeah.
And they go, spoiler warning, and then they do like hyphen, like 5 hyphens, and then this big ass screenshot or video. And it's like, do you think that stopped anybody from seeing that image? Your couple of fucking hyphens, bro. They still saw it, I guarantee you. Drives me nuts. Because isn't there like a setting on Twitter that you can hide sensitive content or something?
You might be thinking of Reddit.
No, I don't think I am. Because I know that there are some times that I go on Twitter and there's an image and it's like grayed out and you have to unhide it, or
that might be for like, I don't know, like extreme violence or something. I don't know if there's
a setting that like you can post it and say
I don't know
that. I'm a boomer sometimes when it comes to like social media. I don't do social media too often, as you can fucking tell.
Yeah.
But like I've definitely seen those, like they're very much grayed images, and then you have to click a button in like the lower right corner and say, show me this fucked up picture, whatever it might be. And sometimes it's like I've seen people where they do, and it has to be a setting that you can do as the poster.
I imagine it is.
Because I've seen people like they make it out like they're posting something like inappropriate in like a sexual way, and then when you unhide it, it's a picture of somebody like with a camera like, caught you, bro, caught you in 4K. So like it must be like a setting that you can do so like I don't understand why people don't do that. I guess maybe that's because they want the engagement, because making somebody click is one extra step, and
maybe
catching somebody's attention is all about how quick you can do it.
I don't know, but yeah, like it's like, be a little bit more mindful, especially these last couple episodes. So this last week and the week before that, it was like
the week before that.
Yeah, I remember you got spoiled
on purpose,
and I'm like, don't even.
Yeah, I saw the hashtag Ahsoka spoilers, and I'm like, don't mind if I fucking do. And I saw a little, it was video of like the last, what did you say, 30 seconds of the episode when like the shit went down.
Yeah,
and I went, holy shit, we gotta watch this episode right now before you get spoiled, because if you're on TikTok.
Oh yeah, no, I've definitely
ain't no way to avoid that spoiler unless somebody gives you a nice juicy intro. Yeah. To warn you, but some people you scroll, bam, in your face.
Which is wild, because like the episode before this past one, I was dumb and I was scrolling, and there were a couple of like, hey, Ahsoka spoilers. I'm like, nope. Yeah, nope. But with this last episode, nobody gives a fuck.
Everybody was just like, so excited.
Look at this. It's like, dude,
did you notice this? Did you see that? Wasn't that cool?
Yeah. And it's like, be mindful of other people. It's like, at least give it a day or two. But like,
at the same time, I also
get it. It's like this last episode. Oh my god,
a lot of shit went down. I feel like it is kind of shitty to like immediately post spoilers that are so difficult to avoid. But also at the same time, I also agree that if there is something big out there that you don't want to be spoiled for, it is kind of your responsibility to tread lightly on social media. Like, I have not watched the most recent episode of Big Brother. I don't know who got evicted. I think I know who it is, but I'm not sure. So I am treading lightly on social media so that I don't get spoiled. I want to see those votes play out in real time. A playback of real time. A playback of the live real time.
As I throw my nose up to the sky like
you don't
I used to.
The drama.
There was 2 seasons that I got into it. I don't remember which ones they were.
I don't either.
It was the one, I think one of them was...
I don't usually do trashy TV.
The one with the dumb Rachel. Was that her name?
Did she have red hair?
She had red hair. It wasn't natural red hair.
Long time ago.
It wasn't natural red hair. Her hair was...
Grab a Life Vest floaters. That one girl.
That one, yeah. And she had the dumb showman's boyfriend.
Something. That was a long time ago, I think.
I think that season I got into it. And then I think the one after that...
Fuck it, I don't remember.
I just
couldn't even tell you who won every season.
I just remember.
It's a wonder that I competed in trivia.
Was that the same season with Ariana Grande's brother?
You're asking the wrong person.
It's one of those.
No, she wasn't on the same. That much I can remember. I think
those are the two seasons that I watched, and I was kind of like, oh, because like the 2 times I actually did get into the show, I was like, Big Brother, and I would do that one thing where we're like,
don't act like
what's
you
going
haven't.
on? And
Don't act like you
sucked in.
haven't done that a couple times this season. There was one time that you were like, "Oh, something big happened." I'm like, "Fuck yeah!"
I asked because I want to support your love for the show.
Oh,
I don't, because I know I do that with the certain things that I watch, like, you know, because I'm huge into Critical Role right now. I'm like, oh my god, look what Mercer's doing.
The lore of Critical Role runs so much deeper than Big Brother. There's so much more to like know about.
Oh man, there is, because I'm.
Oh, here he goes.
Sorry, I'm all caught up on season 3 on the 3rd campaign, and I'm like 80 episodes deep into the 2nd campaign, and there's one name that's coming up, and it's Lutinous. I'm like, wait a minute, I know that name. I didn't realize he was in this long. I was like, oh my god,
see,
it's like the Critical Role is like my new MCU, because like characters are crossing over into different campaigns. I'm like, oh my god. But yeah, so I know for a fact there are certain things that I say to you, I'm like, oh my god, look at this.
And I'm like, okay,
oh good, yeah, oh hi, baby.
But anyways, like I was saying, I don't really watch a lot of TV. We don't have cable.
We don't have cable.
We stream whatever we watch, and I really don't watch regular TV.
Yeah, it's a miracle that I can watch football.
I don't know. We're never really the type to just sit on the couch and just watch TV.
Mm-hmm.
So like anytime anyone's like, have you seen this TV show? I'm like, let me stop you halfway through the sentence and say no. Oh, have you seen that? No. Whatever you're about to say, 9 out of 10 times, the answer is no. So, but you got to watch this. Oh, wow, crazy. I'm not going to fucking watch it.
If it's network television, I'm not even going to bother, because their network has been dying over the past 3 years.
If we had cable, maybe, because it would just be right there.
Yeah.
But it's not worth it to me. But I do watch Big Brother. Not religiously, not every season. I don't usually do trashy reality TV. This one I don't think is that trashy. I think from a psychological standpoint, I think it is fascinating. Yeah. So that's why I like to watch it.
Yeah.
And
I will give Big Brother credit. It's not like, oh, blind love is blind or whatever. It's where dumb idiot people.
That show was hilarious.
I can't believe
I did watch like one season of that show. That show was hilarious.
I can't believe we watched that. But it's not like that kind of reality. It's like, this is like actual like strategy has to go into like mind games,
social games, physical
people,
games,
like deceiving people, that like getting people to trust you when you're really backstabbing them. It's like that I will give them.
I love it.
But it's like,
so like I was saying, I don't know who was evicted last night. Was it Izzy or was it Felicia? I don't know. So I'm not going on Reddit. I'm not going on Twitter. Well, I mean, it doesn't really happen on Twitter. But the point I'm trying to make is I understand that if there is something that you care about and you would be a little upset if you got spoiled, it is kind of on you to not go to places where you know there's a high chance that you're going to get spoiled. So I don't know. That's why I'm kind of torn when I see people post all those things, because I'm also like, if you can't watch it, it is nice though. Like, big win for the East Coast that Ahsoka premieres. Oh god,
I'm so glad they did that.
Because usually all these fucking West Coast assholes over here post the minute it happens, and we're like sleeping.
The world runs on East Coast time. When does Wall Street open?
My god. These West Coast LA types with their iPhones and their avocados.
When the ball drops on New Year's, what is everybody watching? What time zone is everybody paying attention to?
Funny how? Fucking
West
LA
Coasters.
types.
We love all our LA friends.
Have fun with your iPhones while we get to watch Ahsoka first.
I'm so glad they did that, because I was like, then I really had to avoid spoilers. Now it drops on Tuesday at 9 o'clock our time.
Yeah, because like what was the other one? What was the last one?
It was
what was the last show?
Well,
Mando?
Mando? Was it Mando?
Pretty much every
Pretty much
other
Mando.
one.
Yeah.
Mando, Book of Boba Fett, whatever the fuck it was, like Feck,
Feck.
whatever the fuck,
Feck.
whatever the fuck was coming out. We would always have to be careful because if you got on social media in the
'cause
morning, all these fucking West Coasters were like, "Oh my god, can you believe what Mando did? Can you believe what Boba Fett did?" And it's like, I just woke up. Calm down.
It was what? It was 12 o'clock West Coast time.
And I'm sure as fuck not staying up.
It was 3 o'clock
up.
our time or something like 1 o'clock. It was something when I was sleeping.
Nope. Sure as fuck not.
My kid's gonna wake me up at 6:30. I need my sleep.
Even if I didn't have a kid, I wouldn't be waking up for
I
it.
probably wouldn't.
No way. I like sleeping too much. So
I love my sleep.
And it's gonna be there in the morning still when I wake up.
Yeah.
So nope. I don't care how much I love Star Wars. It'll be there in the morning.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm a better fan because I watched it on time.
Which is crazy because speaking of better fans, who was it that got into an argument on Twitter, the Twitterverse?
We don't need to name names.
Yeah, some people that we know got in an argument about oh, if you're not a real fan, oh, we're doing that again. Come on, guys.
Yeah, I do agree that I don't like the whole real fan discussion. Gatekeeping and all that stuff.
That's why it sucks that we're gonna be missing Celebration again for the second time in a row. Because I love that atmosphere and we've never run into a fan where it's real Star Wars fans. It's just we're all existing. Oh, you liked Book of Boba Fett better than Mando? Cool, fine, I don't care.
Shocking, actually. We've never had a negative interaction at Celebration, which is nuts, considering how toxic people are online.
Yeah.
So,
and it's especially for this past couple episodes of Ahsoka, people were complaining about the lightsaber duels and this and that, and it's this last episode, it's it's almost as if they save everything for the big episodes.
Save it,
build to it. Because it's they're so boring. The lightsabers are so light. It's give it a minute. It was episode 2.
Yeah,
stop complaining.
Yeah, and if something big and tremendous doesn't happen every episode, another filler episode.
That's the kind of because I think they just announced that the new Lando series is now being adapted for a movie.
I saw something about that. Yeah,
and it's and some people are oh man, what are they doing? TV's the future. It's certain things work better for movies. People, if it's a TV series, they're disappointed that every episode isn't a banger. Yeah. Sometimes you got to build to the big crescendo.
Sometimes you got to build the foundation before you can live in the house.
And then it's that's a big reason why people argue about what are the best lightsaber duels. It's I'm more of a fan of how things have been going, the newer lightsaber duels. I know but people were oh, but the Flash of the prequels. 13-year-old Andrew loved the prequel duels. He loved the prequel duels. So spinny, so flashy. Oh my god.
Yeah.
But then, you get older, my tastes kind of shift and everything, but it's I'm gonna upset some people. The Revenge of the Sith duel between Anakin and Obi-Wan's it's awesome. It's a little one note for me. It's when I have a video about this where I compare it to music. And it's if you listen to a song that's like that duel, it's just constant.
Which sometimes you're in the mood for that.
Sometimes you're in the mood for that, but it's
give me some variety.
Give me some variety in this thing. God damn. It's you can spin your lightsaber so many times and go, woo!
And
so
also,
many times.
We've dabbled in weapons during our time in martial arts.
I've choreographed sword fights.
Is there any practicality to
the Obi-Annie?
flipping a fucking lightsaber behind your back? Other than look at how cool I am.
When I see Hayden Christensen do the woof, it's oof, childhood right there. But it's there's not much. You can only do that so many times in a fight, guys. Come on.
You like those fight scenes more when you're in your teens, and then you grow
That's what
up
I'm saying.
And you realize that. That's a good example.
The whole when Obi-Wan and Anakin are in the control center on Mustafar and
ridiculous.
It's
ridiculous.
You didn't clash
Dooku
once
and
there,
Anakin.
Dude. Oh,
Dooku and Anakin, episode 2 in the hangar. Wow, rough.
That's my least favorite duel of the prequels.
It's so bad. It's so hard to watch.
I think the best balance of flash and choreography and You know what I mean? Like, is the standard for me in the prequels is Obi-Wan versus Maul. That's like the standard for like if every duel could be sort of like that. Basically, the whole Duel of Fates is like it's a nice like ebb and flow and like rise and fall, and then it crescendos to Obi-Wan and
there's some flash, but it's not everywhere.
Yeah, like I'll say like when Qui-Gon's chasing him down the corridors, he sort of like sizes him up and flinches a little bit. It's like yes, that's awesome. Do more of that. Yeah,
the best flashy part of the duel. So Duel of the Fates is the entirety of that scene, including the Qui-Gon
and Obi-Wan versus Maul, starting from the hangar all the way to
and then includes just the Obi-Wan on Maul.
Yes,
that's all Duel of Fates.
That's all Duel of Fates.
I competed in Star Wars trivia, but my favorite part of the whole Duel of the Fates thing,
exactly which one.
The flashiest part, I guess, is when Maul just fucking he on the floor and he like does a kip up. Oh, and then they clash, and then he and then he goes like for a foot slice, swipes the whatever, and then he just fucking flourishes. Which is like giggle every time.
I don't know the story behind it. Like, was that like improvised? Because it's like, dude,
it was so good. I love that part of the fight.
Like, that whole sequence is like standard for me. It's like but then it got more and more like flashier and more spinny, like. Behind the Obi-Wan things, it's like
it was the early 2000s,
and the whole like again, like teenage Andrew when Yoda grabs the lightsaber off of his belt using the Force, and then he starts flipping like Yoda with a lightsaber. It's awesome.
When he's flipping all around, I'm oh no.
And then you look back on it. I look back on it now, and I look at the actor that the stunt guy it's clearly the stunt person that's doing Dooku's stuff. It's like you can tell he's fighting nothing. He's just twirling his saber around, and the animator's like, I think it'd be a good part to put Yoda there. Make sure he hits him there. And
you know what? I dare you to say this to Evan Bushkar's face.
Why?
I dare you. That kid loves the prequels.
Love you, Evan.
He's not watching. It's fine. We'll clip it out and we'll send it to him.
Clip it out and send it to him. No, but like, you know, my taste, like that's like my taste. Like it got, we're getting like the newer stuff now, especially in these newer shows. They're starting to find that balance of like prequel flash to new age. Like people hate the Disney era fights for some reason. I don't know why. I like the rhythm of them a bit more.
Yeah.
And like, cause like the Force Awakens, like the editing around the fights is like, now that the more I watch them, it's kind of like, but the fights themselves, I can feel like the hits and the
like, I like the
clashes
Starkiller base.
Yeah.
Fights.
Yeah. That stuff. Like it's more like I can feel the wind ups and like the motions and everything like that. And it's not like a lot of like, cause a lot of the prequel stuff is a lot of all the motions in front of you like this.
Yeah.
And it just feels like they're doing this. Like the prequel stuff, you can see
very much wrist,
very, very wristy, very spinny. But like the newer Disney stuff, like the Disney era stuff, you can feel the winds up and like
the weight of the strike,
and everything. Rise of Skywalker. It kind of, I've said this before. The saber, not the choreography itself, but the sabers seem a little flimsy. For some reason, the effect just doesn't
tread lightly.
It doesn't feel. It doesn't have as much weight.
One of my favorite lightsaber fights is in Rise of Skywalker.
Oh yeah, but. It's like I think now with the shows, especially with Ahsoka now, the fights are starting to get that balance of like, cause she fought in the prequel era because of Clone Wars, and now she's fighting in this new era, and she's a little more seasoned, and she doesn't go in and jump in and go anymore. So I like what they're doing with the fights now.
Yeah.
So.
And that there was a fight in this last episode that was like, ooh, yummy. It was a lot of fun.
So good. This last episode just spoke to every part of my fandom.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Because like there's a certain fan that is gonna just cry over this episode.
Yeah. And there's also lots of fans that are like, I didn't like it. The volume looks like shit. The choreography was this and the writing was that. I didn't realize that you were fucking George Lucas, bro. I didn't realize that you were a professional screenwriter. Yeah. Like, can we not just enjoy shit anymore? Like, I don't understand. I think that I must be like caveman, simple-minded pea brain because I just watch things like that was fun, and that's like my takeaway from it.
Yeah.
I will, if we're sitting on the couch watching Ahsoka or whatever.
Yeah.
After it ends, I'm like, I don't know. I didn't really like that, or that was fun. And that's my whole analysis. I don't need to be dissecting the dialogue. I don't need to be worrying about de-aging technology and how real anything looks and blah, blah. There are some times where, yes, there are things that look very obviously CGI'd.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of things I can let slide because I'm just trying to have fun.
I would like to pay attention to later episodes now because it seems like a lot of the budget went to this episode in specifically.
I wouldn't be surprised
because,
given
like,
what happened.
Yeah,
Yes.
there's a lot of things that I'm like, that looks amazing.
Yeah.
Like there's certain things that I'm like, oh, that looks like you can clearly tell a lot of the budget went to this particular part in particular. So like, so popular we are. Oh, I gotta get back to that.
So popular.
Work stuff. Woo. I'm an independent contractor,
I gotta
so I
turn
create
my
my own
ringtone
schedule.
on so you guys can see how cool I am.
But yeah, this last episode, ooh,
Yummy.
so good. I want to talk spoilers, but I don't want. Oh, yeah, I want people to enjoy and witness it if you haven't seen it yet.
You know what you got to do? When you first started talking about this and you said something about spoilers, you got to go back and maybe put like a subtitle or something that says, we didn't actually talk about spoilers, keep watching. That way people don't stop and go, fuck these guys, I haven't seen it yet. Go back and put a disclaimer.
But like overall right now, the show is just like, it's really hitting for me.
Yeah.
It's real.
I mean, love Ahsoka.
I can see there are a couple episodes where like people are like, all right, just get to it already.
Yeah.
But it's like I said, not every episode has to be like mind blowing. Like this last episode was like 10 out of 10 awesome. But like not every episode's gonna be like I almost can guarantee now like this next episode people are like, this show sucks now.
Well, in the wake of that last episode, I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that would be like going to a karaoke bar and following up after Beyonce. Yeah. And everyone's like, who's this idiot on stage? It's like, well, yeah, compared to what you just saw, it's going to be a little lackluster. I highly doubt that they're going to come out with a second banger just like this last episode.
Yeah.
Unless we were at the end of the season and we were like, last couple of episodes and they really want to just smack us in the face with plot, I guess. But I don't know, we're like right in the middle of everything.
Yeah.
I almost anticipate people are going to be like, that was boring. Another filler episode. It's like, yeah.
Yeah, that's the pros and cons of this fandom. It's like you wanna join this fandom, you gotta deal with shit like this. Of people just bitching all the time about everything. Cause like when the first 2 episodes came out, it's like they were solid episodes. I can get why there's certain things that like I didn't necessarily like, but overall it was a good episode. But then like people were just nitpicking the dumbest things. Like you have nothing to complain about, so you're gonna complain about how she crosses her arms too much.
Yeah, yes.
It's like, what?
Yes, because
what?
I saw some people complaining like, Ahsoka doesn't emote enough. I mean, think about how she was in the cartoon. You are not gonna be a human person in IRL. IRL is never going to be able to emote the same as a cartoon character.
Yeah.
The faces that Ahsoka pulls I've never watched the Clone Wars TV show. Fucking sue me. But I watched the movie about 7 million times. So get off my dick. But some of the faces that she pulled, it would look so dumb if a person did that face. Like Rosario's doing what she can. Yeah, she is a little bit solemn, but she's also much more aged and wiser, more mature than we saw her in the Clone Wars.
Yeah, and what the people saying that she doesn't emote enough. You're comparing Rosario Dawson, Ahsoka, like oldest we've seen her, wiser, to teenage Ahsoka.
Exactly.
And it's like you got to go forward a bit more. Compare her performance more to the Rebels Ahsoka. And I went back and watched old like footage of Ahsoka and the Rebels. I'm like, that's more in line with how she talks.
Yep, you showed me a clip and I was like, this is pretty much what she's doing in the show now. I don't understand. People just always have to have something to complain about. Yeah. It's tiring.
And I do have a personal opinion. We've talked about this, about how like everybody has this idea of a Jedi. And it's like, they're always like,
very stoic.
Very stoic. And it's like, it's hard for me to relate to a character who's always like this all the time. And it's like all the masters that I've interacted with in martial arts throughout the years, they don't stay like this all the entire time. They joke with me. They poke fun at me. Like Luke in Last Jedi, where he does the whole leaf thing with Rey.
Oh, I thought you were going somewhere else with that, but yes.
Yeah. It's like you would expect him to be this wise old Jedi master, but he's playing around with her. It's like, yep, they do that so you can relate to him.
Tickling her with a
reed.
A canon reed. Yep.
It's a reed. That's
according to Wikipedia, it's a reed leaf. Thank you, William Bibiani, for that. No, I thought that you were gonna go for the scene in The Last Jedi when Luke wanted to burn the tree, and Yoda was like, ha, ha, ha,
"Yeah,
idiot."
Yeah, exactly. It's like get them to be a little bit more jokey and have fun with people, because that's the experience I had growing up, and like it causes you to relate to them more, and it doesn't put them on this pedestal of what they are, like. Oh, like The Last Jedi told you they did. Everybody got put on this pedestal. It's like, no, they're human. They're people that are. It's
crazy how people are flawed.
Yeah, they're flawed. They have flaws. So show me some more of that vulnerability. So it's like it's kind of personal with me. It's like I'd like to see more of that side of Jedi, of like, hey, they're actual people.
I mean, granted, we haven't really seen Ahsoka do that.
There are flashes of her joking around with what's his face? I already forgot his name. The robot. Huyang. Yeah.
I don't need to answer those questions anymore. Who are you, Christian?
Yeah.
But yeah, no. And you also kind of see her and Sabine kind of bickering and whatever. But I don't know. It's just the way I look at a lot of like media, TV shows, movies, music, you see all these people like bitching and moaning about everything all the time. And it's like, I have a novel idea. Hear me out. If you so popular, Colonel. Thank goodness my ringtone was up so you can know it. Hello, Joey. Crazy idea, I know. But if you don't like something, you don't have to consume it. You don't have to watch it. Don't listen to that music. Don't listen to that group. Don't watch that TV show. Don't watch that movie if you don't like it. Because when was the last time that a director or producer or musician heard somebody like, when was the last time a Star Wars fan, Star Wars Boy 69, said, man, fuck Disney Star Wars, I hated all the sequels, they should, what's the word,
reboot, reset, or retcon.
That's the word. Retcon the Disney sequels and redo them. When was the last time that Kathleen Kennedy was like, shit, he's onto something? Star Wars Boy 69 knows what he's talking about. And I do think that we need to reboot everything, because he knows what he's talking about on Twitter. Like, it's never happened. Yeah. If the media is out there, it's going to be out there. No one's going to redo it for you. So if you don't like it, I don't know, don't fucking watch it. It happened. It's already out there. They've already spent billions of dollars on it. It's not going to change. Yeah. So if you don't watch The Last Jedi, if you don't like The Last Jedi, maybe just don't fucking watch it. If you only like... If your Star Wars is the original trilogy, maybe only watch the original trilogy. If you're craving for Star Wars. If you don't like Disney Star Wars,
don't watch it.
Maybe don't watch it. Or maybe watch an episode and be like, still not for me. You don't have to go on to Twitter and yell into the void of how much you hate Kathleen Kennedy and Disney Star Wars. Find something else to do with your time. God damn. Like, I don't know.
I'm done with Star Wars, bro. Okay.
Bye.
The rest of us are enjoying it.
The rest of us are enjoying it. Everybody involved is still drowning in money, diving through it like Scrooge McDuck and his coins. Yeah. They're going to be fine without you. Yeah. Just move on to something else. I don't know. Switch to Star Trek or something. God damn. When was the last time Star Trek came out with anything?
They've been coming out with some new shows.
Still?
Yeah. They're coming out. There's this one animation that I just came across while I was scrolling, like on, you know how the homepage is on our TVs, it's like, watch this, like banners. There's one that's like an animated show. It's like done in the Rick and Morty kind of animation, and it's like below deck basically, and it's like, I don't know.
I know what you're talking about, kind of.
Yeah, so that's a Star Trek.
Because I looked at it and I was like, wow, this looks very Star Wars, but it's Star Trek.
I think it's Star Trek. Yeah.
Who wore it better? Yeah, that's just the way I look at it. Is like, I don't know, just maybe don't watch it. Don't listen to it.
Just
like, find a better place to focus your energy.
Yeah, because like you see TikToks all the time. It's like, oh, the worst fandoms to be a part, the worst fandoms out there, and Star Wars is always at the top of people's lists. Like, that's not everybody.
It's not everybody, but it is.
It's the loudest ones.
It's a small subgroup of the fans, unfortunately, and usually the shittiest ones are the loudest.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and if you're like me, you like everything. You're a shill. It's like, okay. I just like Star Wars.
I just like Star Wars. I assure you Disney's not paying me.
Yeah.
So maybe I just like to like stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe I just like to have fun and like stuff because life is too shitty to not just sit and purely enjoy something. Like, my God, have you taken a look at the news recently?
Apparently aliens exist now too because somebody in Mexico found mummification that may or may not be aliens.
Started. They look like a goddamn prop from a movie set.
Yeah.
They look paper mache fucking aliens over here in Mexico.
Paper mache aliens.
I don't even get me fucking started. It's just there's so much shit going on in the world. Let me enjoy stuff.
Yeah. Apparently that guy that presented it to the government has presented evidence before and it's like, nope, that's not what that is. And he's done it like five.
There's a rock that I got from an alien
done it like
spaceship.
5 times before and they're like, nope, not aliens, dude. This time, guys, look, this time. Nope.
My God. Look, here's a video. It's got like a total of 3 pixels, even though I took it with an iPhone. It looks like a piece of shit, but here's an alien. I promise. I don't understand why all footage nowadays, we have the best fucking cameras on our phones, and yet everything looks like it was taken with a literal potato.
It's arguable. Best cameras on your phones.
Very good cameras. Obviously not best. It's a hyperbole, okay? Another big word for you.
I just did a project that was shot on an iPhone. I'm like, why? Why?
Because it's the best you can get. I mean...
And this is dealing with another client that has given me footage with actual good stuff.
Well, because obviously, I don't ever think that a phone like this is going to ever be better than a camera, you know? A big Canon camera.
It depends on the user.
Yeah.
But ideally, when you just put them on paper, the camera we're shooting with right now is 1,000 times better than an iPhone. Well,
I mean, that goes without saying. Yeah. But I just always think it's funny that whenever there's like alien footage, it looks, first of all, the person looks like... there it is. There it is. Where is it? Bro, calm down.
You're not going to be a sniper anytime soon.
Oh my God. And also it has about 5 pixels total.
Yeah, it's like a potato.
You're going to have to circle it for me because I don't even know what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
Yet we have these wonderful phones and our like wonderful cameras on our stupid phones.
Oh boy.
But also, you know what it probably is? They're probably zooming in because the more you zoom in, the shittier it gets.
Yeah.
Although.
And the shakier the footage is.
I have seen some people trying to prove how good Samsung phones are. There was like people at a Taylor Swift concert and a Beyonce concert, and they were like, I was in seat, 97 fucking Z.
Nosebleeds.
And they like zoomed in and you could see
her pupils.
Them.
Or we're not her pupils, her pores.
Like, yeah, it looked good. But the more you zoom in, the easier the shakes are noticeable, and there's no image stabilization, but whatever. Mm-hmm. That's another conversation for another day.
What?
I saw like a tweet one time where they were like, "Who do you think is the most overrated act out there right now?" Ooh. And I have an opinion on that.
We can talk about that next week.
I'm kind of scared.
And that's where we'll end this episode.
I'm kind of scared to say it.
That's what we'll pick up next week.
No, I don't think so.
Any critters? No. Anyway.
Oh.
Yeah. That's what he says. That's how he hooks you.
Critical Role reference.
And that's what we'll end tonight's episode. That's what we will end today's episode.
That's where we'll end today's episode. Yeah. I got to figure out who is evicted from the Big Brother house. I got to see who wins the next HOH competition, bro. It's going to be wild.
I got to see if Yasha dies.
Oh my God. Spoilers.
Spoilers from 2 years ago.
You don't know. It's a spoiler for you.
It's a spoiler
Might
for
be
me.
A spoiler for somebody else.
I already did get spoiled for something on Critical Role. I was like, God damn it.
Oh, no.
Somebody comes back. Alrighty. I already know who comes back. Anyways, so we'll go ahead and end there. Nicki, do you want to work and they find you online?
You can find me on Twitter at Dimmy, DIMMMYYY.
As for me, Instagram and TikTok at Rogueleaderdrew. If you listen to this on audio form, please follow the feed and rate us.
And if you're watching on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe, or whatever. Click the bell icon in the lower right-hand corner. See we do things on the YouTubes.
Thank you for joining us on this episode of the RADcast. We will see you guys next time.